Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new version of our show entitled Hockeybar Live. Okay, I am your host, Tiernan Smith, and this new format is sort of a change so that we can have a more personal outlook to the people who watch the show. Because as we've heard, is that we've heard a lot of feedback saying that it's sort of not personal and it's very scripted. So we figured, well, maybe we should just put me in front of the camera and I'll talk unscriptedly, and then we can actually get a better flow for the show instead of just like kind of monotone. That's just how it is. So this is our first episode. This is actually episode 50 of the show, I believe. So I'm very excited, and let's get into the show. So our first news bloop is the new technology that was unveiled at the All-Star game. If you watched it, hopefully you did. It was really fun. I was also at the skills competition on Friday and the All-Star game on Saturday. It was really fun, and now they have this where you could see player insights. So you could see where people are. It showed their name, or it showed that where the puck was located, or how fast they were traveling, or how fast somebody was skating. That was also another good insight. So you could see all these new things, and you could see it live. This is some great technology. I saw an interview on, I think it was on CBC. The commissioner was talking about it, and they were saying it was like a new technology that they had to start fresh, not even like ever before seen. They made it all special for hockey. And then our next news part is Nathan MacKinnon. I don't know if you noticed, but he did not play the All-Star game. He was actually coaching alongside Paul Maurice. It was pretty funny. He was actually a really good coach. So maybe he does have a career in coaching after this. Who knows? But he bruised his foot in the game right before the All-Star break. So that's kind of a tough break for him. I feel a little bad for him. You know, he got named the captain, couldn't even play. It's awful. Feel for him. But yeah, he'll be returning to the lineup soon. We got a lot to catch up on here in the news. We were off for all weekend. So if you saw the skills competition on Friday, you probably saw Connor McDavid reprises his role as the fastest skater in the NHL again. I think it was 13.9 to get around the ice. Wow, he is something to watch, and I'm sure everybody's seen him by now. He's an incredible skater. So also in the news, Datsyuk, Pavel Datsyuk, he was a Red Wing from 2002 to 2018, or 15 or 16 year. He was with the Red Wings. I think he won the Cup with them 2008. I don't think he ever was the captain of the team. I'm kind of a Red Wings fan myself, so I'm really actually kind of excited. Hopefully, he does return. His agent did say that it was possible that he would return, and I would love to see it. He is pushing 40 years old, and his agent did state, yeah, he's getting slower, but the skills are all there. He can still shoot, he can still pass, he can still skate. Everything's there. It's just he's a little slower player just because he's older. But the Red Wings got a couple of guys. I mean, Zetterberg's gone now, but he was pushing 40. Kronwall's, I think he's 38 now. So they're getting up there, but Datsyuk has always been a great role in Detroit. I think he would fit well even in today's team. And I kind of am excited, and hopefully he will come back to the NHL, because it's not only a treat for Red Wings fans, but it's also a treat for the rest of the league, because he's just so great of a player. He's been playing in the KHL for like 2 or 3 years. I've seen some highlights, and he's just as good. And also in the news, Ondrej Kase, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I hope it is, for the Ducks. He's a forward. He's going to be injured for the rest of the season. He tore his labrum, I believe it's actually called. And so that's kind of a shame. The Ducks aren't going very well as it is, so they probably need as much firepower as it is, and that's probably a little bit of a problem for the Ducks. So hopefully they can figure that out and get moving, because they just stopped their losing streak. I think it was like 12 in a row going in, and they have a win or two going into the All-Star break. So hopefully they can bring it back as soon as the games resume. Some today. I don't believe they're playing today. I believe they're playing tomorrow. And the last news part is the outdoor games for next year that were told at the Winter Classic almost a month ago, yeah. Were we told that the Winter Classic would be at the Cotton Bowl Stadium in Texas. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I know they've had games in California, so it can't be that bad. But it's a little hot in Texas, I think. So I don't really understand it. But you have the Stars facing off the Predators for the Winter Classic next year. Neither of these teams have ever competed in the Winter Classic. Predators Predators are fairly new expansion teams, so it's kind of weird. But I don't know. I don't really know. I can't get an opinion on it. The Stars are an expansion team. They're one of the first 6 added in '67. So I'm still trying to find an angle on it. I don't know. I like the fact that original 6 teams are usually the ones, because that's the classic group. You have the original 6, and they're all historical, and they all have some meaning. And this is how the game was in the 1800s and 1900s. Not all the teams popped up, and it took until like the 20s for all the 6 teams to be there. But I don't know. I'm still trying to find an angle on this. And also, sorry about that rambling, is that the Stadium Series is going to be between the Avalanche, which we already knew it was going to be held in Boulder, Colorado, and the Kings were going to be there. So it's another one of those original 6 expansions. So the first 12, the Kings were there. So I feel like their jersey is going to be cool, because I don't know if you know, but they used to have these yellow and purple. I was talking to this with one of my friends yesterday, and she was saying that like yellow and blue or yellow and purple work together well, and so I brought up that the Kings used it, and yeah, I personally like those jerseys a lot. I don't know, the white and black kind of is for me, but I kind of liked it when it was purple, black, and white. So I don't know what they're going to do. I'm really excited for seeing what their jerseys will look like. And I hope the Avalanche do something with the Nordiques, go back to their past with the WHA, because that's part of their franchise history. So, moving on to the games to watch. First off, this is right off the break. The Jets are playing in Philadelphia with the Flyers, okay? So, the Jets are not doing as well as they were. They've dropped to 3rd in the West. They're behind the Flames and the Sharks, so they're well deserved where they are. I really hope the Jets pick it up. They currently have, I believe, 64 points in the league, so they're really up there high in the league, because the East is kind of side Tampa. I was trying to think there. I was like trying to think here. So that's, I believe they're still leading in the Central Division, so they got the division. So the Jets are really strong, and I really hope they make a far playoff run. Now the Flyers, on the other hand, are kind of basement dwelling in the East, along with like Senators, Red Wings, what have you. They're still trying to figure it out. They have 44 points, so they're around the same ballpark as all those other teams that are not doing very well in the East. They're going into this. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. So it's coming along, and hopefully they do good. I wouldn't expect, I believe the Jets are going to come off the break. They had a lot of All-Stars at the games this weekend. So I'm really excited to see how that goes tonight. It's going to be on NBC, so if you can watch it, I would recommend it. I think it's going to be really fun. And then our stats update. It's changed a little bit since we took a break, because there were a few games before the All-Star break that happened, so that pushed Nikita Kucherov, still leading in points and assists. He has 78 points and 56 assists, and Alex Ovechkin actually scored another hat trick against the Sharks, so he got up to 37 goals on the season now. And Mark Giordano still leads with plus 29 and plus minus. And then to the goalies, we have Robin Lehner of the Islanders, still doing great. He's leading with a .202 goals against average and a 93.1 save percentage. He's also tied with Jack Campbell of the Kings still with 93.1. They both are there. Campbell's the backup goalie, though. Lehner is making it great every night for the Islanders. Islanders are doing great. And also another team that's doing great in the West, the Vegas Golden Knights, obviously. They got their great goalie, Marc-Andre Fleury, sitting there. He's got 27 wins right now, 6 shutouts, doing great. The Golden Knights are also giving a run for their money. I was talking about the Jets earlier. It's a very competitive top of the West Conference, and I'm really excited to see it pops up by the end of like March, April-ish, because then you can really tell the playoffs are going to be interesting in the West, I'm sure. So that's going on. But I want to thank you guys for tuning into this first edition of the new show. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait for this to be an ongoing thing. I find it more fun. It's funny because this just started, and I'm having a lot of fun just sitting here talking to the camera. I feel like it's so much more personal than just reading a script. and I really enjoy this. I'm glad we decided to do this. I'm glad you guys, the fans, gave us feedback on this, and I'm really hoping that this takes a grasp. I'm really excited for it. So hopefully this goes and we can do this every day. I'd love to keep the daily show going like this and work with this angle. So, by the way, if you haven't already, do make sure you subscribe. If you haven't, you can. This is what we're doing now. This new show. It's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be great for the viewers. I believe it is. I want to hear your feedback in the comments. So, see if we can do anything different. I would love to hear it. So, thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.